Hi designers, this is Rebecca and this is your assignment 2 advertisements critique. So let's go ahead and check out these specs before we get rolling. The assignment overview says that you're to create a poster, mailer, postcard, and 5 digital ads for your company using the logo you created. Keeping consistency and unity, apply variations to your designs. So for the assignment scope, you're going to include the who, what, when, where, and cost of your event. You're going to include the logo and specified branding. You're going to create them in InDesign and Illustrator and then export it as a PDF. You're going to include illustrations. I'm sorry, illustrations are optional to include, but they must be original artwork that you drew yourself. Photos are optional, and you may use found or original photos that you shot yourself, and you can edit them in Photoshop. Please only use Victorian inspired fonts and make sure there's no typos. And then you're just going to turn it in as a multi-page PDF with some mock-ups. So for the poster, it's 11 by 24, set as a print file, so it'll be on CMYK. You're only allowed to use 3 colors max, no black, white, or gray, and there's no font limit. For the mailer, you're going to use a legal size print profile. You want the logo on the front with dates and location. You need the poster design on the inside, resized and formatted, and the mailing address on the back with the stamp area and a special message. Then for your postcard, you need the poster on the front, resized and formatted. Then you'll have the logo and greeting or a message on the back with the mailing address and stamp area. Then you're going to have 5 digital ads, a leaderboard banner, a wide skyscraper, a small square, a mobile leaderboard, and then a large Instagram square ad. You can make them static or animated. They can't include sound. Make sure that your static ads were laid out in Illustrator or InDesign, and then you can use other software to create the animated version. So let's go ahead and dive right in. First, we are going to look at Chanel's piece. Let me go ahead and zoom out here. Great, so this is gorgeous Chanel. I love all of the embellishments and the beautiful frame is really lovely. So the first thing that my eyes go to is probably the word symposium, but then I see Lady Rowena and I realize that's what I should have seen first. So I think because it's in yellow, and so yeah, so my eye jumps down there quickly. So it's one or the other there. And then I see presenting and then Ensley's extraordinary view. So I'm hoping that's the order that you wanted everything to fall into. And while this is going to be a much larger poster, if it was printed, sorry, my thing's freaking out. um, I think that the scale of these embellishments is just not quite working with the scale of everything else. So I would get rid of either the top or the bottom one and then just make those larger and move the placement of the $3 promptly at midnight and the palm and tarot readings. But I love this text and I really like your skull with the cards up there. It's really neat. And um, I think this looks particularly awesome. These ones with the stars and the moon dangling down, really nice. This is beautiful here as well. I love this curved text that looks really nice. I like under the big top, it looks really cool. Um, yeah, and then down at the bottom with that array going around, it's really neat. I love like the dotted line that it's broken in areas. And the October 31st part is really gorgeous. The illustration with the eye is really cool. It's all so beautiful. I love the texture in the background as well. So remember for this, there is no black allowed, so you'll have to adjust that color. And there's a lot of it in here. So just, think about a different color that you can use instead of black. And then yeah, I hope you see what I'm saying about the scale of these when they're so small like this and detailed. The weight of the line weight just looks really thin compared to everything else. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say there. But these fonts are fantastic. I love this yellow drop shadow that you have up on the top and the bottom, and then you swap it here with the black drop shadow and the stroke. It looks fantastic. Really nice work. So here's your mailer. Great. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love it. Let me zoom in a bit. Really nice. So yeah, that looks good. So the poster looks like you just scaled down to fit it and it looks great. I'm just going to zoom in because I want to see this top part here. Yeah, so the top looks really lovely and the scale's working there for all of the embellishments. I don't see anything that needs to be changed. And and I can't tell if that's black or not, or if it's just a really dark brown. So if it's a really dark brown, obviously no need to change it. Yeah, even on the poster as well, if it's a dark brown, then no need to change it. It looks really good. So this looks cool. Really nice. I think that you may want to continue the border along the bottom here, but I don't know. It might not be necessary. Yeah, it looks great. And everything looks correct here. This looks fantastic. This looks really cool. This is beautiful over here. It turned out really nice. And then you have all this great copy. I was just reading it and it's awesome. I love it. Let's look at the next one. Ooh, gorgeous. So you have a totally different design than your poster, but you used a lot of the same elements. And we have all the important info there. That's really beautiful. I love it. I love the array. Very eye-catching. Gorgeous. Love, love, love. And then this looks really neat too, the back. I love the address lines and this logo at the top. It looks really great. And you've highlighted the price. Yeah, it looks lovely. Really nice typography everywhere. It looks really great. Then with the digital ads, looks good. Awesome. I like this going back and forth with the dark blue as a background on some and then the yellow as the background on others. That's really nice. There's so much nice contrast here. It makes it really readable. It's beautiful. Cool. Yeah, this looks awesome. Way to go. I think you could carry that that beautiful array in over here as well, and then um, but I guess it's not necessary. Give it a shot. Give it a shot on the big one. You've got room there, and you have room to make this center even larger. Okay. Um, yeah, cool. I like this the frame just being on the two sides. That looks awesome. Wait, way to go. Good job, Chanel. I love it. Next up is Sabrina's, and Sabrina has the human horoscope. And this looks lovely. I love this new logo. It looks really cool, really nice. I mean, it's not completely new, but I love, what you did with the H's. It looks really good. Um, so the first thing I see is human horoscope, and um, then the date, and then I'd say Seaside Boardwalk, or I could kind of jump back and forth between Seaside Boardwalk and the date because of the high contrast of the word Seaside Boardwalk, but it looks really good, and I love this image that you chose. Really cool. It's a great picture. That's a great find. Really lovely. Yeah, we got all the important info. I like your border here. It looks really great. Really cool. Awesome. Let me go ahead and go on to the next one. Oh, okay. So, sorry, my Acrobat seems to jump around a bit. Let me see if I can zoom in. Great. Okay, so this is the inside of your mailer. Let me just look at this real fast. Okay, I'm just looking to see if that same copy was there. Okay, looks cool. I don't think you need this oval. I think you could figure out maybe some other embellishments instead. And this line spacing is pretty far apart, so I would tighten that up um, and just play with a different shape than the oval. Okay, um, maybe something a little bit more ornamental. All right, so this looks good. Let's see here. Okay, so go ahead and revisit where your address and stuff needs to be on that template there, because it can't be centered. It's got to be down here in this right corner, and you need a stamp area over on this side. Um, and then this is really neat. I like this right here. That's great. Great little coupon, little incentive to bring it with you. Really nice. This is getting a little confusing up here. So think about grouping uh, these areas of type a little bit more. So like these dates right here, they can be a little smaller and closer together and maybe the shape that you use behind this area, it could be repeated, and you can reverse the type to be the color of your background there, if you have a solid fill on the shape behind it. And then, I don't know, there's just a lot going on here. I'm just trying to see if you use that human horoscope font somewhere else, and I don't see it. So I would go ahead and keep the human horoscope part the same as your logo, and either don't include it there since it's already in these other areas. Nope, never mind. It needs to be there. I see that. Okay. So yeah, so this whole thing right here, the performance showings, the performance showings doesn't need to have this really elaborate text here. I think the human horoscope needs to be your logo and needs to be the biggest thing on this page. And then these dates can be a little smaller. It could even be like 3 columns instead of 2 to kind of squish it down a bit more or something. And then you can group the come have your future told. uh, there's just too much going on here. That's all. It's I mean, I understand the trying to emphasize future and told there. So I think instead of having all of, once you change this font to not be so big and taking up so much space, and you have more emphasis on the human horoscope, then I would just change the color of told back to red and keep your logo the blues, this blue and dark color there, that brown. That will help a lot. Okay, I hope that made sense. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So yeah, good. Okay, this looks easier to read to me. I think maybe because there's a little bit more negative space. It's kind of separating the groups, but this is a lot easier to read. So um, once again, go ahead and change that background shape. And I wouldn't tilt any text here, because if you're thinking about how they used printing presses, everything was in a pretty straight line, vertically or horizontally. So just, don't tilt it, have it be a straight 180-degree line there. Then over here, this is really cute. Yeah, this is really cute. So I think, I don't know if this text probably doesn't have any lowercase letters, does it? Yeah, I don't see any of your text having any lowercase letters. Okay, well, that's fine. Just don't tilt this either. Straighten that out. Bring your line spacing a little bit closer together, okay? And then you can have your logo on here somewhere, just the double H's. That'll give you some room for that. But I like this over here, this kind of handwritten idea. I like your crooked stamp, that's cool. And this like postage mark, that's really cute. I love that. So, all right, let's see. Yeah, this works for me. I think, once again, get rid of that oval. We got more ornate shapes that we can use instead. And this is, since this is digital, we can tilt these, I guess, but I think it's going to be one of the only things that's tilted, and so you don't really need it to be tilted anymore, but just see, how you feel. Oh yeah, okay, this looks good here. Yeah, never mind, keep it tilted. And this is cute here. Really good. I like this one. See, you're starting to add a little embellishment down here, and I think it's really working. Yeah, see, this looks great. So just keep that idea, going through the rest of them, because I think it really adds a nice little touch there. And this border is really cute. These look great, really nice. So anywhere you have this summer, just change that background there, the background shape behind it. And then this is awesome. I would go ahead and, while this image is super cute, I think you got to pick one or the other. Um, and I do like that one on the poster, but oh gosh, that's hard to choose. Hmm, never mind. Just keep them separate. Keep them both. They're great. All right. Thank you so much, Sabrina. Next up is Renelle. Renelle, here's your little poster here. I'm looking at all the text here. All right, really cute. Let me go ahead and look at the rest here. Okay, so here's our mailer. Mhm. Great. Okay. So, with this poster, it looks like you took like the illustrative approach. I love the watercolor background. It's really, really cute. And you've got all your little characters all around the place with a nice texture that's like older paper there. I'm happy to see there's no black or white or gray in here. It looks really good. Yeah, I think this is really working. Um, I do think that your logo should be centered. I'm not, I, centering is not something that I um, recommend lightly. Like, I'm not a big fan of like always centering things, but with the Victorian style, I feel like they did it a lot. So I just recommend centering that up a bit and maybe making it a little bit higher. So these little guys here may need to move. I don't know. We'll just see. Yeah, just nudge that over to the right, center it up, and yeah, so let me see. We've got the who, the what, the where, the when, and I don't see a how much. So just make sure that that's included, okay, for the final. And same with on this one. Oh, I'm sorry. I do see how, wait, is this how much? Thursday and Friday? Okay, I got it. Maybe put in a dollar amount there because it obviously confused me. All right. So if you center up your logo on the poster, make sure you center it up on that inside of the mailer there. And then over here, I did want to see the like a fake address here with the barcode and a stamp area. So just make sure you add that. And then some sort of a special message. So like an incentive to come at on a certain day or at a certain time, or you know, to get a discount, you know, or have some sort of a special thing to bring people in. And then, so this is one of your ads there, and it looks good. I think that you could have one of the characters' heads like peeking in. I think there's room there, but the layout is very clean. It's very nice. This looks good over here. Fantastic. The back of your postcard. Everything's a little out of order. Let me just see if the front of your postcard's anywhere. So I don't see the front of the postcard anywhere, and I do think we're missing some, like a skyscraper banner and the small square banner, okay? But this looks good for your Instagram banner, and it also needs to have the where, when, and how much on there, and same with this small banner down here. So don't forget all those details on all the digital ads, all right? Thanks so much. Next up is Samari's. Samari, this looks really beautiful. I love the textured background. The colors look fantastic. Um, yeah, I think that the information hierarchy is perfect. I feel like I'm reading it all in the order that you intended. It looks really, really nice, and I love the yellow sprinkled in there. Really good. I love these small areas of text. Really nice touch. Very makes it look really Victorian, and adding these little hands is also really nice to pull our eye down there and over here. Looks great. Looks really cool. I do recommend maybe changing your blending mode on this part to get rid of that white to have the background show through. So if you change your blending mode of that to multiply, then that will get rid of the white there. Um, but the texture is fantastic. The frame around it's fantastic. I love all the horizontal rules to break it up and group the text. I'm glad to see like your diamonds down here mixing in. Looks awesome. Way to go. Then let's see. Ooh, sorry. Um, okay. I'm not sure which this is. Oh, I think that's one of the digital ads. Let me just keep going and see. Okay, yeah. So here's your the inside of your brochure, and this looks fantastic. This all looks really good. Really nice alignment there, and I like this, you know, little stamp here that looks great. Yay! Use the secret word, marvelous treat. Yes, I love that. Really nice message there. And you've got the other important information. Looks awesome. Really good mailer there. Really nice little mock-up. Ooh, the postcard looks fantastic. I love this. This looks great. I'm trying to zoom in here for everybody to see. Yeah, that's way cool. So you've got the marvelous treat message on there as well, and I think that's really nice. So cool. Looks awesome. Really nice reformatting. It fits beautifully. Really good choices there. Nice mock-up. Way to go. Looks great. Oh, I'm just zooming out. Whoa, zoomed too far out. Oh, I realized. Okay. Sorry, this is your mock-up of your poster. Got it. Okay. Great. Okay, so we've got the Instagram ad, the big square. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, so I was just trying to think like I'm wondering if you flip this text the other way, but then it would read as well. So I don't think you should flip that text the other way. I think if anything, you could move this information over there and have David Devant be down here at the bottom to balance that yellow like you did on your poster. So I would just swap these two, the tickets information and the David Devant, and then with the ticket information, rotate it um, clockwise 90 degrees so that it's facing the inside, if that makes sense. It's the opposite of what this is facing. So that looks really nice, that mock-up there. This looks great for this huge leaderboard. I love it. Looks good. I love it. You even have the message on there. Really cool. And then you've got this little guy down here, and it looks really good. Nice work, Samari. Thank you. Next up is Michael's. We've got his poster here. Let me zoom out. Beautiful. Looks really nice. Really cool. Awesome image. My eye goes to the photo first. Um, and then I see the exalted moonbeam, and then it jumps around, jumps up to Pierce's The Night and down to Columbia Theater. Really awesome. Really good. Yes, this looks great. I think that I love the moons in the corners. Really nice touch, and I love the 5 shekels. And I think that these words here, though, I think they should be all caps um, or small caps. So that's where like the first one is like a larger capitalized letter, and the rest are all capitalized, but they're like shorter than the rest. So give that a try, see what if you like it. But I think maybe all caps would read the best. And then uh, but I love your tracking that you did here. That looks really nice. Yeah, it looks really good. I love these really small groups of text. I think it's a really lovely Victorian touch, along with all of these like horizontal rules to break up the sections. Really nice. And the detail of just adding this little moon to help frame your photo there is also really cool. Great. So here's your mailer. Really nicely done. It looks great. Cool. Yes, yes. This looks awesome over here. Nice reformatting to fit. That looks really good. This is good. And this is really great. Really nice shape that you used here. I love it. It all looks good. All the text, all the font looks great. And this looks really good. Ooh, very professional. Very nice. Great. I think you can go a little bigger here if you wanted to, or maybe just bigger on the images. But, because you do have a lot of negative space, and the Victorians, they like to fill up as much space as they could, right? So here's your square ad, and I'll show you the animation. So here's the animation. Ooh, really cool. Very nice. Yay. Let's watch it again. So I love how it rolls in, really nice, and then everything appears and kind of zooms in, zooms out. And then we've got the logo kind of breathing in the middle, kind of pulsing, and then it rolls out again. Really lovely. I love this moon frame around the edge. Awesome job. Way to go. Really nice and smooth. Really cool. And now let's look at your next ads here. So that's the little small square. It looks lovely. I love these colors together. They're just really eye-catching. Oh, this is neat, the little moon rolling around here. That's great. And I could see those as animations as well now that we saw Your other animation, really great. These look really good too, yes. I think there's room for an image in here, whether it's the moon or the guy's photo. Not in here so much, but you could add a tiny border or a couple things just on the edges if you wanted to, just to make it, more consistent with all the other things that you've done in the poster. This is an awesome mock-up. Looks really good. Gorgeous. Looks really good. Really nice. And so actually with this mock-up, these would be reversed because it would fold inside. So the poster would be on the inside, but that's okay. It looks really nice there. Oh, cool. All right. Nice. I believe this is a business card mock-up, but it looks really good. As it works as a postcard. I'm fine with it, especially if it actually is a postcard mock-up and I'm just wrong. Great. This looks fantastic. This looks really good. I like seeing this placement of the ads on a website. So this is what I was hoping to see as mock-ups for everybody. So if you didn't place your mock-ups on a website screen like this, go ahead and do something like this instead, okay? Looks good, really good. Perfect. Thank you so much, Mike. Next up is Alejandro. All right, so let's get into it. So here is the poster. All right, so I like the large image of his face, and I like this font here. I think that in your branding at the beginning of the semester, you had kind of a frame around him. This is feeling a bit bare. There's a lot of negative space, and I think that you could reintroduce that back in here. And then if you needed to just go a little smaller on some of the other text, there's room to go smaller. So I do love how you framed this guy in a lot of the other things. So, you could bring it back for the poster, as well as you can include some of the detail into the frame around the edge of the poster, or even give it an orange stroke like you did or reverse the stroke and the fill like you did here. And you could also use that orange throughout in your horizontal rules just to kind of break everything up a bit, okay? But yeah, if you got all the important information here, I would even go as far as like spreading out the tracking on Friday even further, like get it all the way across to line up with the edge of October and the H there. And then you could tighten up admission a bit by removing a few of these dots. Oh, never mind. Keep it as wide as it is, because then it balances the public hall nicely. So, okay, great. Okay, so next we've got the postcard and the mailer. See, I love this frame. See how good it looks? Looks really good. So if you could just select that frame and change the color of it to maybe be that orange, and since we don't want any black in there, that would be great. I know that there's black in his photo, so I'll let that be there because it looks good. And this looks really good over here. Really nice layout there. I know that working with that template wasn't the easiest, and you did a really nice job. Really good. And then this is the inside of your mailer. So any changes that you make to that poster, you can introduce onto the inside of this mailer as well. And this looks fantastic. Way to go. Good job laying that stuff out. Yeah, and this is nice, really easy. Um, yeah, looks great. This looks fantastic. Great, Alejandro. Okay, and here's your ads. Cool. Yeah, looks good. Looks really good. So I think you're putting the hierarchy here is very close. There doesn't seem to be a huge difference in font size, and I think there's room to make a big difference in the font size in this large leaderboard here. So I would just, reduce the date by about half, and then from there you can have more room to play with all of these Conjures the Dead and At Public Hall, because I think the image of Faust is so powerful that his face should be on as many things as you can put him on. And there's room on this leaderboard to have his little head floating in there, or at least like even him peeking up, over the edge. So you could just have like his eyes up, with his full turban and everything, because it would look really cool. And then, but not on the mobile leaderboard. This is good the way it is. Um, so don't worry about trying to squeeze his head on there too. Okay. So yeah, that looks good. And then, sorry, I'm jumping all around. Oh, good. Let me get back. I think I skipped something. There we go. Okay. So here's your poster mock-up. Looks good. This is a lot nicer because I can see the edge of the poster here, so that looks really good there. I'm glad to see that. This looks good. Yeah, looks good. Nice and simple and effective. I love seeing this leaderboard. That looks great. So the leaderboard could also use a red stroke around the edge. You know, see that looks really good. I like that. I like that red framing. That looks nice. God, I love this logo too. I want to see that logo more. I wonder why you didn't use it in your poster. Maybe because you wanted it to be longer. See, we have room for here. See? Yeah, yeah. See how good that looks? You got to frame it up. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, see, this could use a red stroke there to help separate it from that white background even more. Yeah, looks good. Looks really good. This one also could use a red stroke, I think. Really great. Thanks so much, Alejandro. Next up is Melanie. So here's Melanie's poster here, and it looks really nice, Melanie. So I love these illustrations that you did. They're so cute, and they are gray slash black, I think. So I recommend maybe finding a different color or turning them to this navy blue or something like that, unless they are a dark, dark blue, and I'm just not seeing it right. Um, but yeah, I think that the information hierarchy looks really good. Um, like I mentioned before, I don't recommend centering very much as a teacher, as an instructor, but I do want to recommend you center this up a little bit more. So, um, as you can see, there's this like huge, larger negative space on this side than there is over here. And so it looks almost like the little hula hoop is sort of centered, but it's not quite. So it just doesn't feel completely intentional. And then I know that in your logo that your A and your F are kind of lined up, but you could move this. I love how where the L and the I and the N fall above the hula hoop. So I would just scooch feline and this kitty cat over to the left a bit to center up the cat. And then from there, I would move acrobats to the left, to the right. I'm sorry. I'd move acrobats over to the right, pull this A a little closer to that hula hoop, and then I think it'll feel a little more balanced. So it'll kind of waterfall down a bit, like diagonally, and just give it a shot and see what you think. Where the word acrobats itself might be like totally centered. And then these cats look great. Yeah, and all of the info looks fantastic. Really nice work. Looks great. Okay. Oops, sorry. And this is a really nice mock-up. Really pretty. Looks good. I'm sorry, it's jumping. There we go. So the mailer looks great as well. And then on this one, you even introduced some real punchy yellow. So that's nice. You could introduce some punchy yellow into your poster as well, if you wanted to, but I don't know, maybe not. It's not necessary. Okay, so something that I did notice, this looks really nice here too. So this needs to be rotated 180 degrees. And then this one, it looks like instead of rotating it, you flipped it and mirrored it. I'm sorry. Yes. So instead of doing that, go back and make it right side up, like how this panel is. And then from there, just do a rotate 180 degrees, because these and this down here, you would have to read in a mirror to be able to read what it says. And I don't think that that's like conceptual, like that's the concept you were intending. So this one on the bottom, this panel would be right side up, so this doesn't need to be flipped at all. It's this one, the second one here, and the top one that will both be rotated 180 degrees. All right, great. but the alignment looks perfect. Really nice work. And I love the messages. I love the array. I think it's fantastic. See, so this is right. Um, and then you would just rotate these two to be upside down, but you can leave it right side up for the mock-up so that it's all, you can read it all. And this looks really nice over here. Great. I'm sorry. And here's your postcard. Fantastic. I love it. And I do like this array border that you gave it back here. That's a really nice touch. Looks good. Really ties it together really nicely. And I like seeing those cats nice and big. Great mock-up. Looks nice. And this is really cool. I saw from your presentation that you were trying to make it look like a spotlight. And I think it looks fantastic. And the logo looks great. Once again, this logo is not quite centered, I don't think. It looks like there's less space here than between here and here. So center that logo up. And then with this little vertical rule that you added here, I would nudge that a little to the left to give yourself the same amount of negative space between the S and the line and the A in the line. So same thing on this mock-up here, okay? But the information looks fantastic. So this is your small square, I believe. Let me see. Sorry. Yeah, because this is your Instagram square. So this one is a tiny square. It's only 250 pixels by 250. So you did a really nice job laying it out. This text right here might be a bit small, but it might still be legible. And then, so your mock-up here is on a really large surface. So it's not quite the right mock-up for this ad. This is going to be just like a tiny little square ad on a website. So if you could redo the mock-up and for a web that is like a web page that has an ad on it, okay? So these banner or this header looks really good. I think that I know that you're playing with getting stuff to the edges because that's how a lot of posters were like they just shoved those letters right up to the edges of the paper. But with this, I I don't know if you really need to do that. So with the feline acrobats, I don't know. This feels a little unbalanced to me. So maybe what you could do is I think I'd just kind of center that URL there or something, and then just make the logo a smidge smaller. Okay, and then up here on your leaderboard, I love all these flourishes, and I'd like to see them in a little more places like this one. I love it. So, but this leaderboard does need to have, if it's not animated, it does need to include the place and the date, okay? It should also probably include how much. This is a really great mock-up. So these are fantastic, perfect. I love that you got these images here. They're so great, really great. So if you could make, and then same with this skyscraper banner. This is a website banner as well. So you could make just a one-page if website mock-up, and you don't have to like lay it all out like you did this beautiful one. You could just take a screenshot of like, a blog post basically about cats or something, and then you can just go into Photoshop and place the skyscraper and the square tile in there. You can have them both be on the same mock-up, all right? But this is perfect. I love these embellishments, and you've got all your info on there, so great work there. Thank you so much, Melanie. So next up is Martina's, and Martina has made this little presentation where she showed us her sketch and the different inspirations and color palette. Really nice. And so here is the black and white and color versions of the poster, and this turned out really beautifully. I love this. This starburst here is really nice, and your logo looks really fantastic there. I like this speckled background, it's really pretty. And this all looks gorgeous down here, really nice. So I do recommend, instead of having just like a regular rectangular image, which I know that we did see that on some of the Victorian posters, like this is so cool. this image here is really neat. Just give it some sort of a little extra border there. You can even reintroduce this star shape down here or something, because it feels very flat and digital uh, with just like a super sharp um, transition. There's no transition, right? So if you could frame that up, I think that would really just take it to that next level there, because everything else is already on that next level in the poster. So it looks really nice work. I think that your acrobat, if you could take her into Photoshop and um, she needs a little bit more contrast. She's pretty gray right now. So since you have a gray background, it's this part is like just it's all a little too gray. So maybe even turn this text red or yellow, and then up her contrast so she has really super white highlights and very rich dark black shadows, or if there's black here in her suit, make it like very black. But if you're making it so there's no black or gray, I understand that. Whatever that darkest color is, make it the richest darkness of that color, and then super bright highlights, okay? Great. Next up, okay, so here we have our poster. Oh, and remember, there's not really supposed to be white in this. So make sure you change that text color, okay? And the outline of that, yeah. Um, yeah, that's a great mock-up. Looks really, really good. Really pretty. I like seeing it framed over here because it could definitely be a collector's item. Great, so here's your mailer. Looks good. So whatever you change on that poster, make sure you change, on this inside part here. And this looks really cool. I love these borders that you made. They're really pretty. I like this color palette a lot. Fantastic. This is perfect. Really nice work here. And this looks awesome too. Really good. Yay, I love the message. Fantastic. Really nice. Yay, that looks cool. I'll fold it up. Really nice mock-up. And here's the, oh, I love it. Looks great. Yeah, so I think if you color this, it's going to add a little more visual interest. I think it'll look really nice. The text, this text right here. So give that a shot. And then, yeah, that looks really nice. This looks great. I like the embellishments. I like it all. I love that message. Looks really good. Really nice. Great, great mock-ups. Oh, lovely. Really nice. Now here's your digital ads. We've got, this is the large Instagram one. It looks really nice. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Looks good, really good. So there may be room. Mm, hmm. Sorry, I'm just looking. I think you might want to, I was thinking you could take the star out and make the logo a little bit bigger just on these banners. So that's the largest thing, but never mind. I don't know. You don't need to do that. I think it'll work the way that it is. That's fine. All right. Yeah, this looks really nice, really good. I think there's room to make this logo a little bigger. I just want it to be bigger because it's so intricate. It's really pretty. Yeah, looks good. Okay. Oh, and here's your mock-ups. Yay, looks great. Really nice. Sorry, this is jumping so quickly. Okay. So the banner ad is a banner on a website. So it would go like maybe in this column over here, or definitely on this column. So you can add it if you wanted to. You could just go into Photoshop and take this chunk out and put your banner ad. I'm sorry, skyscraper ad right here. I'm calling it a banner. It's a skyscraper. And then your 250 by 250 square ad is also a tiny little ad. So that's also going to be on a website. So you could do just one website mock-up for all three ads there, since you've got your mobile leaderboard there. All right, great work. Thank you so much, Martina. All right, next up we have Lauren. Let me zoom out here for Lauren's ad. Beautiful. This color palette's really pretty. I like this embellished border is really nice touch. And I like seeing your logo just gigantic. Really looks good. So that's where my eye jumps first, especially because of the contrast that you created. And then I see Underwater Enchantment next, which is just such a great tagline. And then the Royal Aquarium and Tonight, those both kind of compete for what's next for my eye to see. So I think those are really good choices that you made there with that information hierarchy. I love all these horizontal rules. They look fantastic. And yeah, I see all the important information. I like seeing these little extra blocks of smaller text too. It's very nice. And I love this texture that you chose for the background. It's all really good stuff. Really nice. So here's your mailer. Let me just zoom out a smidge. Okay. Ooh, too far. There we go. Now we can see both sides. Ooh, pretty. Okay. So we got the inside looks great. Really nice reformatting. This looks really fantastic. We are a bit into that area that we're not supposed to be in, but it looks really nice. And then this looks beautiful, really pretty, really nice. Yeah, looks great. I love these borders too. Those border embellishments are totally appropriate. Here is your postcard. Let me zoom in some more. All right. Yeah, that looks great. Really cute. Yep, really nice. Lovely. Did you make that image yourself? It's cool. I love the watercolor background, even if you didn't make it yourself. Looks really nice. And then we've got our large banner here. Looks good. Yes, these look great. Really nice. When you have a large logo like that, and you make it small, it can be hard to figure out, the placement and everything. I think you did a nice job. Really good. Good, good. That skyscraper looks great. So the skyscraper, this stuff might be a bit hard to read. It's kind of a small ad, as far as the width of it goes. So that part might be a little illegible, especially this right here. So you might just want to nix that stuff and just put the price kind of big at the bottom there. And then I'll zoom out to see this whole ad here. Fantastic. I think there's room to put her image here. That image is really eye-catching. So you could make your logo a little smaller and stick her in here with the logo, and I think that'll stop people from scrolling on Instagram, and they'll stop and take a look at that, take a nice read. Great work. This looks good for your small ad. This is illegible, this line down at the bottom here, so um, just get rid of it, I think. And then yeah, that looks good there. Great. Okay, so these are your mock-ups. Sorry, let me make them. Oh, okay. There we go. So here's the poster mock-up framed. It looks really nice. Here's the mailer mock-up. Looks really good. Really good. Postcard mock-up. Fantastic. And we've got the Instagram mock-up. This looks really good. Is the huge leaderboard on top. Really nice. Then we've got your skyscraper. Looks good. So like I said, you can kind of see how it can start to become a little illegible. So on this one, if you wanted to, you can add the like the square 250 by 250 ad, or the yeah, yeah. Because did you show me a mobile? Also, be sure to show the mobile banner as a mock-up as well. Okay, great work. Thanks so much, Lauren. Next up is Elizabeth. Elizabeth has this poster here. All right, great. So the Lucky Ginkgo, this is really cute. Looks really nice. So much color. Neat. Okay. Yeah, this is really fun. I love this, how you broke this up down here. It looks really cool. And um, all of your ginkgo leaves as the embellishment looks really nice. You use like a big thick stroke down here, the green highlighting everything, and it looks awesome. It's really effective, especially with that brown font color. So it looks really nice. If you wanted to, I think this blue could be sprinkled throughout here a little bit more. So whether you use it for like the horizontal rules or something, or maybe for, just trying to see if there's something else you'd want to draw attention to, like the $15 or know the future, something like that, maybe. Yeah, just consider it. All right. Oh, cool. Nice mock-up. So with this mock-up, it looks like you distorted the poster though, and I don't recommend doing that. So if you could kind of redo it so that they're not as wide, and just wallpaper it that way, or choose a different mock-up that will allow you to use your poster at the dimensions that they should be so there's no distortion, okay? And then here we have your mailer, and it looks good. We've got the good job reformatting. That looks really nice to fit the inside of that mailer. Then over here we have, okay, hmm, so this one is the one that needs to be upside down, and then this one, oh, okay, never mind, it's flipped. It looks good. It's fine. Wait, I'm getting confused. Hold on. So, nope, it's got to be the other way. Okay, so this one in the center is correct. This one needs to be rotated 180 degrees so that it's facing the same direction as the inside of the mailer. And then this one needs to be rotated 180 degrees so it's upside down, just like the center one, okay? But everything else looks fantastic. All the fonts that I'm sorry, the wording that you chose and the information and where you put it looks really good. And then, so this is the mock-up of the mailer, but it's a little confusing because you have like a rounded edge here, but it's not rounded on the inside. So I would find a different mock-up. That one's not quite working out for the actual dimensions of the mailer itself. Okay. Now we got your postcard. Looks good. Yeah, this looks great. Cool. I love this down here. That's really fun because then you have room for the message. Looks really good. Really good. Go ahead and put a little rectangle in there for the stamp, just to make it more obvious. I mean, it says postcard gigantic. I guess it's pretty obvious, but okay. You don't have to put the stamp area in there. That's good. Okay, and then here we have um, your web ads. Let me just zoom up a bit here. Looks good. So this one, the background color changed, and I think that you should keep it consistent. So I would definitely correct that. And then um, yeah, I'm not crazy about this change in the font, and then all of a sudden there's all this type on a font. I'm sorry, type on a path. Um, it's just not consistent with the poster, and the way that you laid everything out on the poster is very strong. So I would go back to the Know the Future that you laid out on the poster and use that instead. And if you don't have room for it on here, then you can just nix it because it's not in the top, it's not the who, what, when. Well, I guess it sort of is the what, I guess, but instead you could have it, let's see some of the other wording that you used here instead. You got this instead, tarot cards and palm reading. I think that tells us even more than know the future, and you may be able to lay that out a little bit differently. Okay. This is nice. I like these call to actions. That's a really great idea. Really nice. So yeah, but I do need to see, so we have the date here, but we also need to have the location on all of them as well and the dates. Okay. These mock-ups look really lovely. Really nice work there. Looks good. Thank you so much, Elizabeth.